the edits, the production, the stage design, the music, the sound tech, everything across the board. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of creative individuals. I can't sit here and say it's all me, because these are people that are just as passionate and want to see us win, but also want to put out something that lives a long, long time. Everything that I've worked for and everything that I believe in as far as the culture, like I live and die by it. This shit done changed my whole family life, so I don't take it for granted.
Welcome back to another episode of Music for Breakfast. None of my music friends are here because none of them are available right now. They are too busy or too sick to record. Shout out to the flu this year. Kendrick Lamar. Earlier today, Kendrick Lamar sat down with Ebro and Nadeska, Alexis to talk about the halftime show. And I just want to highlight some of my favorite moments of the interview. First of all, Nadeska asked how he was feeling about all the success and, the big moment.
I continue to do what I was doing 10 years ago, and that's like be better in myself, better in the craft, and not look at it as bright lights, And it may sound cliche, but it always worked for me, even when I was younger, playing sports or being in the forefront of presentations and stuff like that. It was like, I gotta look at myself in the mirror rather than looking at it as a crowd or, fame and attention.
One thing that I noticed throughout this interview, he kept talking about the present, being present.
It was all about being present.
The first time he mentions being present is when Ebro asks him about being at the Super Bowl, the moment of being at the Super Bowl.
Being present and not actually foreseeing everything kept me in a grounded state of mind in order to be at, big stages like this.
Another good question that I liked was Ebro asking about his intentions in dropping this year.
Was that your intent when you rolled out this year? Was like, yo, I'm drawing a line. Like, this is what it is.
My intent was to always keep, I think from day one, was to always keep the nature of it as a sport. I love when artists grit their teeth. Like, I still watch battle raps. I still watch Smack URL from Murder Mook to Lux to Tay-Rock, my bro Daylight. This has always been the core definition of who I am, and it's been that way since day one. So I don't think it was a thing for this year. It was always just a continuum. What I will say about this year, it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back, and you didn't see that. You didn't see that grit. You didn't see that bite anymore. So I always took that in consideration in going into any type of my music.
I like that Nadeska asked him about his mindset, creating a hit record, five-time Grammy Award-winning record, Not Like Us, and then, about to hit that Super Bowl stage. I like that she asked about his mindset, and like he was saying, he was just thinking about the culture.
I was just thinking about the culture, really. It's always that for me first. I'm not even bullshitting with you. It's like, when people talk about rap, man, the conversations I hear, they think it's just rap and it's not an actual art form. So when you put records like that at the forefront, it reminds people that this is more than just something that came 50 years ago. They forget that it's even been here 50 years, right? And kind of belittle it. So I love to see that it gets that type of recognition for just straight raps, from awards to the billboards, all that, because this is just as big as an art form and a genre as any other genre.
Are rappers thinking in this way, rap as an art form now? Kendrick is talking about the sport of it, the art form. Is that the case now? I mean, it used to be, super competitive sport. And then I feel like in some ways, it became a money grab for a lot of people. But, with him saying that now, I wonder how many people feel like that, how many rappers feel like that today. Another key moment in this interview was Ebro highlighting the song of the year versus the record of the year. I felt like that was a good moment because a lot of people, in comments and things of that nature were kind of confused about, the two and the difference in between.
I think people often miss the significance of that record and song of the year award, because that song of the year award is a songwriter's award.
That's what I can appreciate the most. And knowing how much time I dedicated over the years in just trial and error, writing the most terrible shit to some of the greatest shit. You know, we all do it, from writer's block to figuring out how to find inspiration from non-popular aspects around me. So it's like knowing that trial and knowing what I put in as far as my thinking process and what it takes to get there. I do not look at it as a small like endeavor because it's a hit record. No, it's actually some writing in that shit. You know, whether it connect with you on a spiritual level, whether it connect with you on a comedic level, whether it connect with you just on a personal dynamic, it's still from a writer's point of view.
Going into the performance that's happening Sunday, I like that Nadeska asked about his process. This is a PG Lane production.
Oh man, I love the process. Shout out to PG Lane, 30 incredible individuals, 5 extraordinary executives that work day in, day out to make sure we are doing something that will long live the culture. You know, from a music standpoint, from a creative standpoint, fashion, film, books, day in, day out of just being around like-minded individuals that have different perspectives outside of just music. So through that process, it was a challenge for me, but even more a process of me enjoying, different ideas and different backgrounds and how to look at things.
I love him highlighting his team and, you know, saying this is not me alone. This is a collective. This is a team effort. I feel like a team is so important, you know, especially when you're creative, you know what I'm saying? And if everybody's a creative on your team, man, you are winning. I'm so excited to see this performance. But here's Kendrick talking about some things that have went into the process of creating the show.
Mr. Morale is like an hour and 30-minute tour, so it's like you gotta smack the shit down all the way to 13 minutes. It's kind of wild and it's interesting because it lets you know kind of where you at and your perspective on how you think about catalog and the music. For me, I love being present. I love being present, man. It's my favorite. It's very hard for me to live in the past. It's very hard. I respect the past wholeheartedly, but being in the now and being just locked into how I feel and the energy I have now, that's the LA energy for me. That's something that I want to carry over to New Orleans and for the world to see.
There it is again, being present. Now, the energy of right now, GNX, you know, carrying that, like he's saying, that LA energy into New Orleans. I'm super interested in the set list and what will be, you know, squeezed into that 13 minutes. So many songs to choose from. I'm interested to know what you guys think will be on that list. I don't even have a guess. I don't even know. I don't even know, but I just know it's going to be great.
This is me. This is Kendrick Lamar, 37 years old, and I still feel like I'm elevating. I'm still on the journey, though, you know? And I want that energy to, you know, ooze out into the televisions and to the people that's in that building.
I think everybody definitely will feel that energy. You know, one thing Kendrick knows how to do is put on a great show. Another dope question was about the culture.
I'm at a point in my life, I can't necessarily fake the funk for nothing. And I've always had an essence of that, but, you know, you have kids and shit. I have to be who I am authentically. And if, you know, the world can't accept that, then so be it. But who rocking with it, I'm going to put it all the way out there, you know, whether it's in private or whether it's on the main stage.
We definitely rocking with it. The evolution of Kendrick Lamar is amazing to, you know, watch from where he's come from up to this point. Like he said, being present in now. I'm loving the energy. And man, he also talks about finding his role. Another question asked by Ebro.
I don't think I knew exactly what my role was early on. I had maybe clues of it, but now today I can truly say it's to express myself and express things that people can necessarily say on the daily and for them to actually relate to. And come from the most vulnerable place where people can actually feel it. I think that is, for me, that's the role for me as an artist. I don't give a fuck what place it come from. I could be the most angry person on the record. You gonna feel that shit that day if you woke up and you felt that. You wanna smile, you gonna feel it because I'm gonna make sure I'm present that particular time in the studio, in the booth, that I feel happy and I feel energized and I feel, if I feel frustrated, you're going to feel it.
You definitely feel him. Even in his inflections when he's saying certain roles, what is it, the brains? You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely feel his energy every time he hit the record. It's like he's an actor on the mic when he speaks, because it's like he plays different roles, and you already know when you listen to a Kendrick record, you're always on a journey with him, and the story is told within the instruments, and he uses his voice as an instrument, and it's just like it's amazing storytelling in his records. Speaking of storytelling, he says that is what you should get from this Super Bowl performance, is storytelling.
Storytelling. I've always been open about storytelling through all my catalog and my history of music. And I've always had a passion about bringing that on whatever stage I'm on, whether it's a war tour or whether it's 500 people at Key Club. I've always had a form of that. So I like to be on that sense of, make people listen, but also see and think a little.
We definitely gonna be thinking. One thing Kendrick gonna make you do is think, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to think, you're gonna be thinking about something. Man, I'm so ready for this Super Bowl performance. Kendrick Lamar. Whew, man. Real quick, a question from the audience from the young man, Young Dylan, asked a good question about authenticity.
You have to believe in yourself and have to know that it's only one you. You're an amazing individual, unique. You're a miracle. I wake up every day and I'm like, this shit is crazy. Not crazy from a standpoint of being a celebrity, crazy just life. It's just wild. When you really sit down and just think about it and just bug out on some wild shit, it's wild. And to know that you are in this existence and in this world, visual is only you, you have to know that you got to carry that authentic nature of allowing yourself to say, this is who I am, this is how people are going to see me, and also going to respect me, and it's going to inspire people to have truth. Because when everyone's authentic, what comes out of that is true love. There's no boundaries. We don't have any courtship on judgment. We don't have any perception of being able to ridicule anyone, because you showing up as your true self, I'm showing up as my true self. And carrying that nature, it take you places.
Shout out to Apple Music, Ebro, and Nadeska for doing a great interview with Kendrick Lamar. Sunday, the Super Bowl will be lit on halftime. Definitely gonna be watching. We're probably gonna watch it live right here on Music for Breakfast, so y'all check it out. Live reaction, because I gotta, I'm just excited already. Man. But I'm so grateful for that interview, and he's probably gonna do another one, tomorrow on TV or something like that. They always doing press up into the big day. But yeah, y'all share with me what y'all thought about the interview. Let me know what songs y'all think he's gonna perform. Man, what do you think is gonna happen? Let me know, man. Man, I'm gonna get up out of here though. Before we get out of here though, hit that like button, man. Y'all share it, whatever, subscribe, do all that. Yo, this is Music for Breakfast, Octavia, and we out.
That's the end.
Want an extra serving of Music for Breakfast? Follow them on all social media platforms at Music for Breakfast.